Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday, and it's On the Daily with Jessica. I am Jessica Ryder with Sage Root, and my whole mission with Sage Root is to not only bring you really good food that you should be eating and feeding your body with, but also to bring you kind of those hard-hitting questions that help you live just a more purposeful life. I think if this year has taught us anything, and I'm recording this in November of 2020, but if this year has taught us anything, it is that we have to all find our purpose and we have to find our why and our core and all of that kind of stuff. And I feel like, you know what, in my 20s, I did not know who that was. But now that I'm in my mid 30s, I'm like, I think I got this figured out, right? So to me, what's the purpose of life if you're not passing something down to the next generation? So what I want to pass down is all those things that I feel like had I learned in my 20s, I would have been set up for so much more success, right? So that is the mission behind Sage Root. It is not just about food. It is about bringing you some of those lessons that I've learned that it's like, oh my God, if I would have learned that, I would have been like so much farther ahead, right? So today, and all this week, I've been talking about your environment and how you set up your environment absolutely matters. So you know who your future self is. You know where you want to go. You know what habits you got to start putting in place now to get there. And so now you have to create that environment, right? And so we talked about the grocery store and like not bringing foods into your house, right? And then we also talked about your cell phone yesterday. And I shared the story that like I checked my email before I worked out yesterday morning, which there were some things that weren't in my email actually, and that really just aggravated me. So that threw me off, and I was kind of aggravated all day. This morning, I learned that, hey, that's probably a little bit hormone related. It is what it is. But when it comes to fitness in your environment, you have to, what I have found is that I've had to keep little weights at my house. And this is not my house. This is my camper. I'm actually kneeling in the living room of my camper right now. And you can see I got a little, let me see this way. I got a little fire going, keeping it warm. But part of setting up my environment for being away in this camper for a week is bringing weights with me. And like, I honestly, like, I'm going to hold up these 10-pound weights. I think I've had these weights since college, and I'm 35, okay? Like, having just little weights, little bands like this. This is so easy. I bought this kit off of Amazon for like $20, right? It had like it had those bands. It had these bigger bands, right? I also snagged a 25-pound weight for my house. Like, these things live in my camper because part of knowing who I am and knowing that I want to stay in the best shape of my life. Yes, when I'm camping, I like to go hiking or biking. Like, my bike is outside. I want to bike. I want to hike. I want to do all those things. But I also really love to lift weights. And so I try to get in that resistance training every day. So I set up my environment to have all these weights and bands and everything else with me on the road. But you can also keep all this stuff at your house. And I work out at home. So I have some cardio equipment. I have some benches, some weights, all that kind of stuff at my house. But even back when I worked out in the gym, I still kept small weights at my house because frankly, like, there were some mornings it was so freaking cold and I hate the cold. I was not going to get up and go to the gym. Like, it just wasn't going to happen, right? So I needed a way to get a quick workout in and have some weights. So I would keep these weights at my house. That is setting up my environment to successfully become the future version of myself that I wanted to become. I knew I wanted to be somebody that, and I still do want to be somebody that like puts their fitness first, takes care of their body, because I want to be jumping in and out, not of this camper, but a camper when I'm 90 years old, right? I want to still be going to the beach. I still want to be doing all that kind of stuff. Camping is a way of life for me, right? I love it. My husband loves it. We do it together. So I still want to be doing it when I'm 90 years old. Well, I got to take care of my body. And that is something that I wish I would have done, obviously, a lot better in my 20s. But had I done it, I probably wouldn't be sitting here today telling you, take care of your body. Set your environment up at home to take care of your body. Go to Amazon, get these quick little bands, little weights, little bit, all this stuff. You could probably get a whole like good little system for less than $50 and set up your environment at home to do these kind of things. So that way, like right now, obviously COVID, like all this stuff going on, it's 2020. A lot of us haven't been able to go to a gym. Now, again, I work out at home. It didn't really affect me, but I know so many people that like their mental health depends on the gym. So they've had to rearrange their environment at home to make sure they get a workout in. Or heck, I'm sitting at home and I am like working. And I'm like, I just need to get up and move. I can't go anywhere. I can't go sit in a coffee house. I can't go talk to people. I can't just freaking move. Like, I'm going to go get my weights. And I'm going to do a quick little 10, 15-minute thing and like move my body. But I've set up my environment to do that. So my poke, prod, whatever thought for today is, how do you set up your environment for movement, for fitness, for exercise? How do you do that? Do you have these small little weights? Do you have a treadmill? I will tell you, my treadmill at home is nothing fancy. I got it from a woman for free off, I think it was Marketplace, but it was actually through a friend. Like, you can find this stuff and get it for super cheap just to have something in your environment to move on a daily basis. Because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if gyms are going to close. We don't, maybe your gym's going to go out of business, like, which totally sucks. But like, if this happens, what are you going to do? You still have the choice to set up your environment to keep moving. So friends, that is it today. Set up your environment to keep moving. Get some bands, get some weights. My bike is sitting outside. I'm going to actually go for a bike ride later today. It's going to warm up a little. So keep moving. Keep doing those things that are going to keep you on the right track to your future self. All right. Have a great Wednesday. I will talk to you all tomorrow. And you know what? Make it a great one.